Hi, sweet Ladybird lovies. This is Lala, and I'm here to do my Flip Through Friday hosted by Gwen the Trash Witch. And if you go to her channel, which I'll have listed below in the description box, you can check out all the other channels that are doing flip throughs also. If you like them, please subscribe and leave a like and a comment. Even think about sharing it. All these things help the algorithm of our channels so that YouTube will share it with other people. Thank you. Now, if you'll hold on for 1 minute, we don't want you to fall out your seat. I'm going to take you down and we're going to do our Flip Through Friday for this week. 1 moment. Okay. This is our book. It's called Found Magazine, and it's pretty darn big, as you can see. All right, let's see if we can get it in the picture. All right, and all of this is the way it comes. I haven't done anything with it. I've had it for quite some time. Somebody gave it to me, and I don't know, I just haven't been able to cut it up. But everything that's in it was in it before. So, you know, I can take it and glue things in, or I can cut things out to make them ephemera. I can rip a page out to use as a background. There's just lots of stuff that you can do with it, and there's all kinds of things in it. This talks about the people in the magazine, and there's all kinds of articles and little stories and how-tos and different things of that nature. But it's pretty cool. It's really pretty cool. So now you can see how beautiful it is. You probably understand why I really don't want to cut it up. Okay. And, you know, I just have to find the parts I really, really like and make sure I don't cover those ones up when I glue stuff onto it. I mean, look at that, that brain. Isn't that cool? That's just the coolest thing. All right. Now, each one of these kind of looks like, what do they call that when they take their journal and they trash it? I forget what they call that. Drag it around and throw it in the street and... I don't know, all kinds of silly things. Well, that's what this reminds me of, those books. And, oh, look, there's my nickname, Lucky. Okay. There's just all kinds of great stuff in it, though. You know, there's even clip art, and just, you never know what you're going to get in these. I remember somebody had a few of them. This is the only one I've ever had, though. It's really, really neat. And I think they're quite expensive, why I never purchased any. I don't even know if they make them anymore, but I do know it was something I always thought was cool. All right, and this is just a lot of stuff. I mean, I'd like to tell you what everything is, but Lord knows we'd be sitting here all day long if I did that, and I don't think I could talk that long. So, and there's drawings in it. Don't you love the eyes? Tori does eyes like that. I love the eyes. All right, and excuse me, because I did notice there is a couple of not so great words in here. Try to ignore those. Look at the giant spider, isn't it cool? On both pages. Really awesome. And then it tells you a little bit about the spider bite. It's a brown recluse. We have those down here. Those are not good at all. Okay. And here's some other cool pictures. But anyways, you kind of get the gist of, you know, what it is. I'm going to go a little faster now so that we can get through it a little bit quicker. But I just think it's really, really awesome. And I want to do something with it. Just not sure what yet. You know, because I have to go through and, like, watch out for those curse words. I didn't know those were in here. And pick out what I want to cover and what I don't want to cover. Or what I want to cut out and what I don't want to cut out. You know, that sort of thing. But I really think it would make great backgrounds, if nothing else. And then I'd be covering stuff up so I wouldn't have to worry so much about awful words and stuff. I think that's what I'm going to do with it. Make it a glue book and do that. And here's some of the stuff that's on the back. I also had a couple other books that I thought I might share. This one is a school days. One time Jennifer from Creative Play Every Day, she's one of my besties, and she took me to the bins, and in the bins we found a bunch of teacher stuff. I think it was last year at the end of the school year, or maybe the year before, and this was something that was in there. So as you can see, there's all kinds of cool things. that I can cut up and make things with, and it's even got some, you know, like there's a little school and the kids walking home, and scissors and dots. I love the dots. I used to wear a lot of dots in the 80s. I remember my friend was always teasing me, you drop the dot. And here's, you know, when they graduate, and these all rip out like a so that it's regular paper. Let me show you. See? They're perforated. That's what I'm trying to think of. And it's white on one side and or plain on one side and then printed on the other. See? Aren't they really cool? And I don't know that this so much was regular teacher stuff when we found it that day, but there was a lot of teacher things. I know because you could tell when you seen them. I'll show you something in a minute. But this was something somebody probably bought and gave to a teacher for somebody who did scrapbooking. So either that or the teacher bought it because maybe she did scrapbooking. And that's that. Okay? Then, and as for the teacher stuff that we found that day, excuse my border house reach, this is a little guy who was in there, and I glued him on here. I'm going to cut him out. He's going to go into my gratitude journal. Isn't he cute, though? He's just adorable. Look at him. And I'm going to cover up where it says Miss Free, because I'm not Mrs. Free. Even when I was a teacher, I wasn't Mrs. Free. I was Mrs. Jingola at one point, and I was Mrs. Way at another point. Okay? And this is one of those coloring books, which I don't believe I showed you this when I showed you the other coloring book. But look, it's got little ladybugs in it and just all kinds of cool things. See the elephant? That makes me think of Carla from Caged Fish because she loves elephants. Look at the seahorses. My husband loves those. And, well, I do too, but dragonflies, giraffe, snakes. I love snakes. I think they're so cool. And there's a dolphin. Dolphins are very smart, you know. And there's, looks like a horse off of a carnival ride. And here's some ocean pictures. Oh, excuse me. And a rabbit. And some whales. And I guess that's it for this one. Okay. Then I wanted to share this. This is really cool. Okay, someone gave me this. Can you see it all? I might have even got it. It might have been one of the things I got from Malaya, at Lovely Malaya. I'm just not sure if it was her or if it was Jennifer. And if you see inside, it's all, you know, it's an old post. You see the old ads and stuff. I mean, is this not cool? This has got to be cut up. For a while, though, it had kind of a musty smell that I didn't like. So I kept it in with some dryer sheets to get rid of the smell. Look at that page. Isn't that cute? Ooh, I love it. I love it. And here's a big, I don't know what. It's the fire with the built-in, oh, the tire with the built-in rock absorption. Okay, I guess it's just an advertisement. And there's another advertisement. Oh, she's in love. Okay, and here's something. Let's see, what do we got back here? Something going on. Oh, this was from an old calendar. I took it apart because I want to make a tall journal with that. And this is just full of old movie stars and old information. This is about boxing. And, excuse me, this is about an old GI. And look, there he is with his plane. And look at the little girl and the little boy. That's the doctor. I'm surprised the doctor didn't come to their house. I remember they used to come to our house. All right, and here's some pretty underwater pictures. And oh, this is, I think, a love story, which will be the one thing I definitely won't read. I'm not into love stories. Give me a good murder story or horror story. See all the cool stuff. Look at the babies. Okay. And I think that's way before they had fertility drugs. And then they got some little comics in it. And look, Lucky Strike. Why, sure, Lucky Strike. MFT, I don't know what MFT means, but that's a piece of tobacco. You grab the end and you whip it around like that, and it pulls this right out. My grandmother had a cigar store. I used to help her out. Okay, and then it's got some stories in it. And let's see, this is some other stuff that somebody gave me. See, if you look at it, you can see there's a ladybird there. See her? And there's a bee and another kind of bee and an ant, and it's stationary. Pretty stationary, isn't it? And let's see what else we have in here. See, this is what happens. I put it away and I don't know where everything is. Oh, that's for paper dolls. This is a building. This is a card that says Aloha that somebody sent me and they didn't write in it. Really nice. So I know what I can use that for. And let's see, what do we have here? Oh, look at the birds. The mama and the baby, aren't they cute? Or the daddy and the baby probably, because that's a pretty colorful bird. Okay, and this is all glue book stuff. I can see that already from where I cut glue book stuff out. This was probably before I was putting it all together. Okay, and sorry, somebody was trying to call me. Okay, there's penguins, and you know, you can get the free magazines if you look it up online for the companies that do the cruises and stuff. You get some really great pictures. A lot of those pictures came out of those. And here's another card, happy birthday one that didn't get written in. I know where that can go too. Okay, and there's a pretty mermaid. I love mermaids. I love anything that's make pretend. You just have to believe. Okay, and I made an envelope out of that, obviously. And here's some pictures of the water, and some more water pictures, and some more. This must have been when I was getting ready to do my mermaid book, which I still haven't done. Okay, and here's another piece of stationery. Isn't that pretty? And the bird. And I don't know, that's just some little something that I cut out and didn't do anything with. And here is some more underwater. And a pretty envelope that goes with that birthday book. And here's some more pages that I did for that book I wanted to do. Stuff all needs to be put away where it goes. As soon as I think I'm organized, I find more stuff. And here's some glamorous lady. And an ad. And here's another cigarette advertisement with a couple of soldiers. And here's somebody who collects tags. I like to collect the old tags too. Most of mine were given to a business that needed them. Here's some other things. But as you can see, there's a lot in here. An awful lot in here. Just really nice stuff though. Oh, ho ho ho, Green Giant. Remember him? And there's somebody with a typewriter. And here's some more advertisements. Spam. Oh. And Rayovac batteries. And some kids falling off the wagon. Somebody's off the wagon. And just stories, and this whole book will get used because honestly I'll cut up the papers, the words, I'll use all of it because I just love the way it looks and feels, you know. But that's pretty much the whole thing that we've looked at. Okay. Well, those are the books that we have. And I think that's all I really had to share today. Oh, Lillian finished her little book. I'll show that, Lillian. No problem. Okay. Here's the back pages. And she's got a little pocket here. And another little pocket there. And it's got something in it. I don't know what. And she used paint on all her pages. Hers came out really nice. Oh, wait, let me start over again. You couldn't see, I'm sorry. All right, here's her little book. There's the first pocket with, it's a little postcard from Flo. And this is, the book is to Lillian from Flo and Janet in October. And see, she painted, like I said, all of these pages. Did a good job, too. And I guess because hers were paper, the paint stayed on and it didn't stick together. Mine, on the other hand, didn't do so well. Mine did not fare as well. I added that in too. I love poo. As well as Lillian's. But then Lillian's art is always better than my art. I don't know what it is. That girl just got a talent, you know what I mean? But there's some more pages she painted and some more poo and a little birdhouse. And a pocket and a ripped up mountain picture and candy wrappers, and there's the little pocket and there's another little pocket. Okay, and that's out of the book that Janet had made for her and sent for me to sew. Well, I didn't sew it together, actually Lillian did. Now Lillian sewed mine and then she let me paint it. That was her big mistake. She let me paint it. Okay, we added this fairy on. And on the back, we added a fairy and some mushrooms. And a little tag says, perfect moments. The moment, take moment and make it perfect. Okay. This is going to have to be redone again. As you can see, it's great here. We put a little door on with the candy wrapper. And then after that, it starts messing up. You see where it's stuck together? Well, that's not too bad. I wasn't real worried about that one. And some of the pages tore up when I tried to fix them, so I'm missing a few pages. And those ones are okay, and this one's not too bad. This one, it gets a little worse. This one, it gets a lot worse, so that'll have to have stuff stuck over it. This one is horrendous. And this is where we glued in some pink flamingos. In the state of Florida, everybody thinks our bird is the pink flamingos. It's not. It's the mockingbird. But they're going to switch it to the pink flamingos, which I think is great. And we used to have a lot of pink flamingos, but in the 1800s, women liked to wear hats, big hats, with lots of pretty feathers on them. And all the pink birds were prime. So they all were killed off in the state of Florida so that people could hunt and get the feathers. And here's another bad page, and here's one that actually ripped, as you can see. And then that one's got some stuff stuck to it. And that one's ripped out, but it's okay on the other side. And that's my book. So I have to fix those, and once I get them fixed, I'll be sure to let you guys see what they look like. In the meantime, I want to tell everybody, thank you for being a Ladybug Lovey and for always being here. We love you more than you know. I hope you enjoy the video. I know I ramble and ramble and ramble and ramble. All right, and I have good news too. I was at Patty's Live today and she told me we're going to start doing some lives together. Won't that be great? Just like I do with Lizzie. Okay, I hope you all have a beautiful day. Mwah. Bye.